Hey people, it's Soul here. Alright, so I just thought I'd start up a new challenge for myself. It's relatively simple. It's just, whatchamacallit, I can only level up if I kill a boss. That's the start of it. And, whenever I defeat a boss, I have to lose 3 items. It will go primary weapon, secondary weapon, and then from there, whatchamacallit, whichever Ash of War goes on the primary weapon. So if I were to say use a club and use Wild Strikes with the club, I would lose the club and Wild Strikes and a shield, let's just say. So we'll have it down as a list of items that would have to go. Now, I think what we're going to do is primary weapon, secondary weapon, Ash of War, so that's Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3. Let's just write this down for us real quick. Primary, secondary, Ash of War, then from there we'll go helmets, chest, whatchamacallit, gloves, and pants, all in the same group. So if I am not wearing any of these helm, chest, gloves, or pants, okay, if I only have like a primary weapon, then I can choose to lose like the helm and chest to like substitute it. However, if I don't have any of those, I will have to go down to a trinket. So I could lose 2 trinkets if I have 2 trinkets equipped, or I could just lose, so it'd be primary weapon and 2 trinkets, but that would have to be wearing no armor, no secondary weapon, and no Ash of War in order for me to lose 2 trinkets. Or I could have like a shield and lose a trinket then. And last but not least, we'll go for we'll also say that primary plus spell. So if I use a spell such as a magic arrow, that should or soul arrow, that should absolutely be used as my primary. And in that case, that would substitute out a like any sort of like rod that I had to use in order to, well, go for it. Alright. And right. Secondary thing is that anytime that I use a not Ash of War, what are they called? Spirit Summon, it is immediately removed. So, well, okay, it's immediately removed after the win has been procured. So if I were to fight a boss and lose, I would be able to swap out the Spirit Summon then. That should just about do it. Like, these are the rules. Let's see. Is there anything else I want to add? Right, if I don't have anything on, then I can substitute it out for a item use. So an item would be lost. So if I were to fight, like, for an example, a Erdtree avatar, and use like fire pots, if it does more damage than my primary weapon, it becomes my primary weapon. But I would still lose my primary weapon and my secondary weapon. So that should make it to where I wouldn't I won't be like using or overusing pots, and I won't be overusing my secondary weapon. We'll see how far I can get with this, because this is going to be a bit much. I've tried this challenge twice now. The first time around, I was only doing one lost per, which led to the game getting too easy. It just did. I tried it. I tried like doing it the second way around, which is primary and secondary, and I didn't realize that like I had the right amounts for the bosses. Oh yeah, okay, let's talk about the bosses real quick. So the bosses is going to be relatively simple. Anytime that I whatchamacallit, fight a boss, it will only count as a boss if number one, it's got the bar across the bottom of the screen, so across over here, and number two, it says like enemy or whatever vanquished, which means that if I were to invade, it would not count as a boss. So invasions don't count as bosses, and being invaded don't count as bosses because they don't have the they don't have the little bar at the bottom, and they don't have. I mean, they do have the invasion defeated over here, but that's not going to really matter too much. All right. With that, I think we're going to start. Now, that being said, I don't really. I picked the it's the Reg for a reason, and that is number one. It's really easy to tell what level I am because you can just look over and see level 1. I have defeated no bosses. Level 2, I've defeated one boss. I tried it with the samurai and it was a little wonky because I was like, oh well, I'm level 9, but I haven't defeated any bosses yet. I wonder, can I just jump off here? Or do I have to die to him? Just out of curiosity, because like, I haven't really done it. Like, okay, yeah, I do have to die to him. Yeah. So the first thing I'm gonna do is try to farm up for a crossbow. This is the big reason why I picked a wretch. Strength and dex are 10 and 10, which means that if I farm up for a crossbow, then I will be able to use it, and I'll be able to use it for the first boss. Alright. With that, I'll see you guys later.